I remember waking up, grabbing my phone, scrolling on Instagram, on Reddit, TikTok, looking for. I wasn't like consciously thinking about it, but I knew exactly what I was looking for. Scrolling on Instagram, you probably do too. You knew exactly what I was looking for. And then I realized, like, okay, I need to take a shit. It's in the morning. I always needed a shit in the morning for some reason. I don't even know why. So I'd go to the bathroom, take my shit, while still scrolling on Instagram, looking for something you used to like. I wouldn't like think about it like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna scroll, and then just consciously just look for porn. And then I'd had my shit, yeah, whatever. I wasn't one of those weirdos who used to like you know do it whilst I was on the toilet. No. I would do that, and then right afterwards, right after I had a shit, I would fap. And then yeah, I clean up, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Like, oh yeah, it's day zero anyway, so I might as well just do it again. And then afterwards, after a couple minutes, I feel like you gotta recover because you gotta recover first, right? Like you can't just do it back to back. Like you gotta like wait a couple, like at least like 10, 20 minutes, right? And then it was time for round two. And then sometimes, a couple minutes later, maybe sometimes it was time for round three. 3 rounds before I've even brushed my teeth. Like once it's like yeah, fine, whatever. Twice it's like, what? Why? 3 times is wild. I don't like that's wild. Like that's the max I've ever gotten personally. I've only gotten 3 times before. I know there's some motherfuckers out there who get like 6 times a day. I'm just like, what? Like how the fuck did you like teach me how to do? The best NoFap benefit that you can possibly get. The best NoFap benefit. It's not being able to like levitate and shoot lightning out of your hands or whatever the fuck these like dumbass NoFap YouTubers say. It's not that. It's just that it gives you so much of your just mental load, your mental like brain power just back. Like when you fully like commit to this, you get so much of your just brain points just back. You start to feel like less of a loser. Because you know this, right? After you fap, yeah, it feels good for like 2 seconds. How do you feel afterwards? You feel absolutely terrible, right? You feel like, what have I just done? You're sitting there, you're sitting there with your legs spread, and you just busted, and then you're just like, what the hell did I just do? It gives you so much of your just it makes you feel like less of a loser. It's just simple as that. And because of that, then you get to pour that energy, that extra energy that you get into the most important things. It took me 2 years, 3 years before I could actually like make real progress on this. And if you've had it for as long as I have, like I've had my like NoFap addiction for like a while now. Porn addiction and whatever the fuck. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take time, dude. You need to like lose your ego. I had to do this as well. I had to lose my ego and say, you know what? To properly like beat this addiction, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take months, years. It will take years at least before you start to make real progress on this. Because how long have you had your addiction for? 5 years? 6 years? Even for me, like I've only had mine for a couple years, and it still took like a long time for me at least to beat it. It's been like, I don't even remember the last time. I don't even remember the last time that I fapped. I just don't. Because it's not part of my identity anymore. Like this, you want to know how to quit. You want to know how to really quit this addiction. Change your beliefs. You have the belief right now that, oh yeah, I'm trying to quit. I'm trying to quit NoFap. I'm trying to quit fapping. I'm trying to quit porn. I'm on NoFap. You have this identity, don't you? You have this belief. If there's an alcoholic and he's trying to quit drinking, he has this belief right now that, oh, okay, yeah, I'm just trying to quit. But alcohol is still in his mind. It's still part of his identity. If there's somebody else who also is in the same situation as that guy who wants to quit alcohol, but he says, I'm going to change my beliefs. I'm not an alcoholic. I just don't drink. I'm not trying to quit. I just don't. Who do you think is going to be more likely to make much more progress? The guy who has the belief that he's trying to quit. The next time somebody offers him a beer or some wine at some party, he's probably going to take it because alcohol is still part of his identity. Whereas the other guy, it's not. It's not part of his identity. And so he's like, yeah, no thanks. I don't drink. I don't drink. I don't fap. That's the identity that you need to have. That's how you make real progress. And just losing your ego. Like you just need to lose your ego. I had to lose my ego a lot and say, you know what, I'm gonna relapse so many times. I'm gonna fail so many times before I make real progress. And it's true, I did. I relapsed hundreds of times before I made real progress. And you're gonna go through this too. You can't expect to just quit this like immediately. You can't expect to just get like a 90-day streak or some other bullshit. It's not gonna happen. It is not gonna happen. Instead of thinking about the streak, because the streak is just fucking bullshit. It's just bullshit. It is just bullshit. Stop obsessing about my 650-day NoFap streak, guys. What? Why? Don't obsess over that. That doesn't mean anything. The streak means nothing. It means literally nothing. Because think about this, right? Let's say you go to the gym for 200 days straight. You have a 200-day streak. That's great. That's awesome. Let's say on the 201st day, you don't go to the gym. What's going to happen? Nothing. Literally nothing is going to happen. Why? Because you've been going to the gym very, very consistently for 200 days. And so out of 201 days, you've been going for 200. That's fantastic. The same thing applies to this. So if you've only been going 3 days, 4 days, and you used to go 3-4 times a day, then that is huge progress. Huge. And you should be really, really proud of that. If you've gone from doing it multiple times a day to suddenly just getting 3 days, 4 days, that's sick, dude. Like, you should be hype. You should be grateful for that because you've made that is progress right there. Huge progress. And the same thing applies to the gym. You need to progressively overload it. But in this case, you need to progressively deload it. So instead of thinking about, oh yeah, I need to get a 90-day streak, I need to get a 100-day streak, don't think about that. Instead, think about, okay, how many times did I do it in the last month? Is it maybe 30 times, 20 times? Maybe set a goal to say, okay, I'm going to do it 20 times over the next month. That's still huge progress if you've been doing it once a day, multiple times a day for years now, and you just do it 20 times in a single month. That is huge. And then maybe the next month you get 15 days, then 10, then 12. Not 10, then 12, then 12, then 10. You know what I mean. That's how you make real progress. You don't sit here just going like, oh yeah, I want to bench. And like this is the same thing as a beginner saying, okay, I've never gone to the gym before. I don't even know like what any of these machines are. I'm just gonna load up 4 45-pound plates on this bar and try and bench it. What? If somebody said that, you would think that they were an idiot, wouldn't you? You would think that. And the same thing applies to this. You have this like this egotistical mindset. They're like, oh yeah, I can get to day 90, bro. I can do this. No. You've been fapping consistently for years now. Do you really expect, like that gym guy, do you really expect on the first day to bench 225? No. You need to start with the bar and keep going. Maybe even less than the bar if you can't do the bar. But you need to start there and keep going up. And so the same thing applies to this. You need to progressively deload and keep going down. That's how you make real progress. The best NoFap benefit, it's not being able to levitate. It's not like, oh yeah, girls will smell the retention on you, bro. Like, what? No. The best benefit is that you just get 50% of your brain back. You get 60% of your brain back. Do you realize how powerful that is? When you have most of your brain not focused on fapping, not focused on all this stuff, but just focused on the things that matter most. Do you realize how powerful that is? That's the greatest benefit. You just feel like less of a loser. Hope this video helped you, bro. Take care.